Now, I'm sure that you've had the experience of going on TikTok, scrolling from one video after the other. Maybe you've done that. Or maybe you've watched one Instagram story, one after the other. One video, one after the other. Now, I did something similar that I feel guilty about last summer, it's about a year to the point where I did that, so I've really integrated the emotions of guilt and remorse from it, but one day I wanted to clean up my subscriptions. I was going through one subscription after the other, deciding whether or not I wanted to keep it or not because I wanted to clean up my subscriptions because I had so many. I also wanted to know what I was watching. So I watched a little bit of a video from one channel, and then a little bit of a video from another channel, and then another. And then the more I did that, the worse it felt, because I was feeling drained. And I really feel like I was torturing myself, and there was a much smarter way to do that, which is just eliminate it and let go and just decide, oh well, I'm just gonna keep it or not, and just be honest about it without watching a little bit of a video from one channel and really destroying the joy of watching videos from that channel and destroying the curiosity. Um, just the joy of watching a new video on a new channel. Um, Instead, I sort of, impurified or tainted that by starting a little bit of, a video from each channel, and of course, getting into the mindset of judging, keeping one channel, one subscription, and another. I became more particular. And I don't like being particular. Um, so it became this thing that I did, which was compulsive, and I was determined to get it done, to go through all those subscriptions, and I really regretted it later. Point being, though, what is my whole point in saying all this? My point is social media and using it. What kind of emotions do you feel when you are on it? Do you feel like it's a waste of your time? Do you feel drained or sort of overwhelmed with the amount of information coming at you? And do you feel like it's mentally exhausting? Or on the contrary, do you feel it's fine? Do you enjoy doing it? Is it a fun thing that feels worth your time and it feels interesting and exciting to you? Because um, we can get overwhelmed, and it's so easy to allow algorithms of what lights up that looks really attractive to watch this thing, or we're so drawn to this video here, we really want to watch it. And while those are positive things, when it can feel negative is, as I said before, when you notice becoming more drained from it. So moderation, um, with social media and how long that you're using it and how much that you're on it is important. And if you notice that wow, doing this is really taking over my life, it can be really refreshing to balance it out. Because the thing is, when we're overdoing something, the more that we do it, the less utility it has, and gets to be tiring after a while. And this is just basic information where you can go outside, you can take a walk, um, you can absorb other forms of knowledge, such as a book that you're reading, or talk to somebody, or do anything else. And I realize saying this is highly intellectual And, this comes with the understanding of, okay, so I have to draw healthy boundaries, or it would be best for me and right for me to draw these healthy boundaries with things, with social media. Um, and that may mean turning off a couple of your notifications, shutting that out. Allowing yourself to do spiritual practices, self care. Um, you know, if you feel like you need a break from this, then take a break from it and do other things and not, having your life consumed by this. And also, if you feel like you're posting on it and you're giving away your whole life, and then there's not a healthy boundary between your life and the content that you're creating on social media. And if it feels like it is consuming your life, and it is what you're obsessed with, and it's all you're if it's all you're thinking about, worried about, and you feel like you cannot live a life outside of that, and that your soul, and you know that you need to break and you need to stop this or just cut it back. Um, so those are all some thoughts on that. But, it's so important to draw healthy boundaries. No, I know that this is going to be a waste of my time. There is much better ways to use my time, much more efficient, much more productive, much more energetically pleasing and satisfying ways to occupy my mind and satisfy myself at this particular point in time in my day when I'm feeling like doing this. And so, um, what can feel more sort of rewarding, um, and more, where you can move to higher vibrations, where you can feel better, and like you are using your time the way that you want to use it, and not allowing yourself to get sucked into social media, and we can lose track of time. We're doing it. We're viewing things, and we realize the time has gone by really quickly, and that time. Well, we could have used it for other things, probably more productive things. And when we have those moments, I'm not saying to judge, criticize yourself, but when we have those moments, we can have the awareness, and we can become attuned to what we're feeling and decide, okay, I'm going to draw this boundary. I'm going to decide to do something different, something that's a better use of my time. I'm not going to get sucked into this, etc. So those are all sort of some general things to think about in regards to this. Um, and those algorithms, and certain features to watch can be very addictive. And when you feel satisfied with it, when you feel like enough is enough, it's time to stop, do something else. um, so yeah, those are my thoughts on that. um, and I hope that you found this useful and helpful.